Hello, I
What's going
am
on?
the light of the Leo. Thank you so much for joining us. This is my great new series. Okay, our great new series called JoJo Speaks. Made me watch. This is for Netflix's Young Royals. This is just one of those things that I would not think to watch. And that's okay because I'm not saying I don't like teenagers, but sometimes their actions are just a taste bit annoying, and that's okay. That's why I leave them to their own devices. Anywho, being that this is what Jonathan made me watch, take it away.
Absolutely. So, in this second episode of Young Royals, we see the kids outside of the school. Miss Felice is eyeing Wilhelm in his stunner shades. Okay, he got a stunner shades showing in this particular scene, and so it's clear that Felice has a thing for Mr. Wilhelm, and we all understand why. He's royalty, and she
He's
wants to be
Prince,
in a
yeah.
royal court. She's trying to be queen, honey. Okay, and so. Wilhelm and Felice, they start talking and walking and whatnot, and then August shows up behind them, and
Now,
he
one thing I
try-
do need to say, it's kind of nice that they have at least some kind of history so they know of each other. So I think that's kind of nice, but I still feel like it's really sad because I just don't see Willem like looking at her like that. And I
because
kind of feel sorry for her in that space.
he's not. Yeah, they've known each other from elementary school. I think that's what they said in the first episode.
Mm.
So they've known each other for quite a while. But yeah, so August shows up and he, comes up and throws his arms around Felice and Wilhelm, and Felice gently removes his arm, like get up off of me. Okay, how are you feeling about August and his pursuit of Felice and her disdain for him, at least in this moment?
Okay, just to make sure I understand, I'm looking at, so is August the same person that's really is that the cousin of Willem?
Yes, that is the second cousin.
Yeah, August. I personally knowing what goes on a little bit further on in this particular episode,
Hmm.
I'm starting to feel like it's not just like for her. Maybe it's a like for her and her family status, maybe as well. So that's what
Absolutely.
I'm thinking. Because I don't see anything truly genuine coming from him as far as a love space. So, I think he's just trying.
Okay, just a hint that will change. That will change for you. But yes, so they're walking and talking, and they go on home, and so the next day they're in class, and the students are getting their test results. Wilhelm is told by the teacher that he can get some private tutoring, so that he can get his grades up. Simone. He is typically a straight A student, but he's gotten something less than an A. I believe it might have been a B, nothing less than a B. It wasn't a fail or anything of that nature. And so Wilhelm gives the advice that you can actually get tutoring so that you can get your grades up as well. But we all know, well, I don't think we all know. In this space, in Sweden, tutoring takes moolah. It's money. You got to
Money,
have the
just like
money.
anywhere. You got to have the money for it.
You got to have the money for the tutoring. And so Simone, after class, he asks his teacher what he can do to get some tutoring under his tutelage.
Okay.
So how are you feeling about Wilhelm and Simone in this moment, and in him trying to help Simone in this moment to maybe get his
I think
grades
it's
up?
nice. Like, um, I think he is showing that he does have, care for the young man.
Mhm.
Um, but I think all I keep on thinking about is like, how he's supposed to get the money for that?
Right.
That's all I kept on thinking about. Like, what's he gonna do?
Okay, I know where he ain't gonna get it from. I know where he ain't gonna get it from. And so later in this episode, we see that August is dependent on some medication. He is taking ADHD medicine.
More than
Um,
likely Adderall or something.
Right. So apparently this helps him in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure what it does for people who do not have ADHD. I don't know what effect it has on them. I don't know if it allows him to be able to do what it is that he is able to do. I don't know if it releases his stress. I don't know
From
what
what I've
the
seen, it does help people focus.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of people that don't have ADHD would take Adderall to help them focus and study things. So maybe he just feels like he needs it to help him chill out, I guess. Because as
Right.
you can see, he's coming down off of his Adderall high,
Hmm.
it's losing it.
Right. So then he goes to his drug dealer classmate and asks him for a re-up. He needs some more pills. And the drug dealer's like, wait a minute, why are you out already? How often are you taking these pills? What is going on here? So he gives them the idea that he should go to the school psychiatrist so that the psychiatrist can prescribe him
And
some
he can
actual
actually
AD,
get. Mhm.
for him to get it legitimately. So in this moment, he's talking to the psychiatrist, and August, he wants to throw his weight around, saying that, oh well, my parents are very very rich, and they donate to the school quite a bit, and it'd be a shame for them to know that the psychiatrist doesn't want to give the August what he wants. What were your thoughts of August in this scene, and how he's flexing in front of the
The
psychiatrist?
disdain I have for him is still there,
Right,
never liked the man. He's annoying as I don't know what. And for him to try to have this man to lie and make sure this happens, it's like he showed his hand a little bit too fast. He don't even know how to do it right because
right.
his anxiousness to get it is just a little bit too high. So he wasn't able to like get himself together just to be like, just go with the flow or whatever, which is not cool. Um, I'm guessing, and from thinking about that scene, I'm starting to think that maybe he likes to take it so that his anxiety can go down.
That's what it seems like. During the conversation that he's having with the psychiatrist is giving him symptoms. Are you having a fast heartbeat? Is it hard for you to breathe? What is it going on? Trying to get to where it is that August is getting to,
Mm-mm-mm.
knowing what August is trying to do. And he says, "Oh, that's just stress. That's just stress. Don't worry about that. You don't need no ADHD medicine. You ain't got no ADHD." And then August says, "Well," when August continues to insist, the
Mm-hmm.
psychiatrist says, "Well, in order for you to become eligible for this ADHD medicine." You got to have these tests, and we need to speak to your family. We need to speak to your friends, and that's going to take some time. It's not going to happen tomorrow, sir. And so August is peed off. He is not happy with the
He said
psychiatrist.
it takes weeks, if not months,
Right,
to go
weeks,
through that
if
process. He's like, I need it now. Like,
right. So clearly, August is not going to get what he wants in this moment. So the next scene, we're moving through this pretty fast. In the next scene, we have Wilhelm in his room, and he's text. Oh, no, that's not the next scene. The next scene, we have August, Simone, and Wilhelm sitting at a table. It seems like a gathering area, maybe where there's a canteen of some
yeah, maybe
sort.
it's like
They're
lunch or something like that.
Right, that's what it seems like, and they're kind of talking, and Simone says that he's not going to make it to the rowing practice. Now, I don't think that we mentioned this in the first episode, but Wilhelm is on the rowing team, and so is Simone. They're both on the rowing team. And so they're on the rowing team for the school. And August,
Yeah,
he is the leader of that rowing team.
growing.
I think this is called the prefect, if I'm not mistaken. They mentioned this later in the second season, but it's called the prefect. And so he's the one that is kind of like, I guess, the team
Over
leader
all of them, yeah.
over all of them in there. And so as Simone and Sarah, his sister, are leaving
Mhm.
the area, Felice says, hey, wait a minute. You guys have to come to the horror movie night tonight. Both of you guys, both of you have to come with us and join us.
Child.
And so what did you think of that moment of Felice reaching out to Sarah? And why do you think that Felice reached out to Sarah in that moment?
Child, I don't know. Maybe because Sarah was nice a little bit to her, even though Felice was so horrible towards her. I I thought it was just a little weird, but I do think that it was at least an extension of an olive branch, somewhat. She did help the girl when she threw up, and she was drunk and she was sad and stuff like that.
Right.
So, maybe that's a good way to, just give that votive, you know what? I see you. Thanks for being nice to me. Come on and join us for this. Since you don't live here, this is what's going on. Come on, invite.
Right.
So I think it was nice of her.
I've watched a lot of people's reactions to this particular series as well as some reviews.
Yeah,
And a lot of people really think that Felice did this because she knows that Wilhelm and Simone are starting to become closer, starting to become friendly. And so they're thinking that Felice did this to try to, to try to look good in front of Wilhelm because Wilhelm was sitting right there when she said that.
that is a possibility.
It
That's a
is.
very good possibility. I just don't think that way though. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know because I don't know because it's like inviting somebody that he likes, but then again, she wouldn't know like how far that went. You're right because a lot of
Right.
women just automatically ain't no way that he like men. Ain't no way. So
Right.
you know what? I can go along with that. That could I could get that.
So then August says, "Well, that's nice of you to invite the freaks to the horror movie night." And then our favorite English speaking sister, I don't even know what I need to figure out what her name is. I
Is
don't
it
even know what her name
Stella?
is. It might be Stella. It
And
probably
the
is
other
Stella.
girl that I think looks kind of like her since I last saw was either Stella or Frederica.
It might be Frederica as well. It's one of those two, child. As much as I watch the show, you would think you think I would know, but
This is why I take notes.
she promptly says, "F you, August." Okay, forget you. Okay, and then Felice says, "Well, it's not nice to call them free. She may have her diagnoses, but
Asperger's, yeah.
that doesn't make her a freak." And August asks her, "What are Sarah's diagnoses?"
Hmm.
And she says Asperger's, ADHD, something of that nature. And so now the thought comes into August's mind on how he can get
Whew.
these drugs.
I
But we'll
can't
get
stand
back
that
to
man. I can't
right.
stand that.
Yeah, I can't stand him either. But we'll get back to that in a minute. So in the next scene, we have Wilhelm in his room and he's texting Simone because Simone told him at that little luncheon that he wasn't going to be at practice because he was going to a football game for one of his friends. Football meaning soccer in Sweden.
And silly me, I'm over here looking for an American football. Like, it's okay, got it.
Right, exactly. And it's crazy to me that they call American football football when only one person on the team actually kicks the ball. But that's neither here nor there. Anyways, so in the next scene, Wilhelm texts Simone and asks him why he's not going to be at practice, and Simone tells him that he's going to be at this game for his
Game.
at this football game for his friend. And
So
so Simone says, join if you dare. And Wilhelm is like, well, August is going to freak out if I do that. Why would I do
and
that?
that's
But
the
then
if you dare part.
exactly because he knows that August is of Wilhelm's ASS at
Oh,
all
so annoying.
times.
I'm looking at
So
his face right now.
right, yeah, it's
I don't like
yeah,
him.
you just turn up to it, and then August bursts into Wilhelm's room. Wilhelm needs to lock his door,
Or
okay?
something.
Because this is the second time in this
Foolishness.
episode alone that August has bum rushed into his room, unannounced, okay, and uninvited. And so,
We
August asks Wilhelm, "You coming to practice?" And Wilhelm is like, "No. I don't feel too good. I don't want to get you guys sick. So y'all go on ahead without me." August is like, "You need me to get you anything?" Or Wilhelm's like, "No. Just go." What did you think of that moment of Wilhelm texting Simone inviting Wilhelm, August rushing in? What did you think about that entire scene?
it's like August has some kind of sixth sense that Wilhelm is happy and he wants to just, you know, just degrade the happiness that he may be experiencing at the moment. So he just, try to step in at all times. I don't understand how people like that feel as if, you know, they're liked when they act that way and being all pushy like that or trying to push their thought process on other people. I don't like that. Once again, this teenage stuff ain't for me.
Right, exactly. It can be annoying. It really can because there was another scene earlier in the episode where August bum rushed into Willem's room, took his phone. Like Willem was on the phone with his brother Eric, took his phone, decides he wanted to talk to his best friend on Wilhelm's phone. Okay, telling him about Wilhelm and how Wilhelm does in practices, and that Wilhelm needs to get his strength up and all that good stuff. Then we find out in that scene that August's father took his own life. So does this give you a little bit of empathy for August in any way, shape, or form?
No. I'm sorry. I said that so hard and so succinct, but yes, no. Because it helps me understand why he's doing things the way he's doing. Empathy, no. No, because yes, horrible things happen to people, but we can choose how we act after that trauma.
Right.
And some people don't choose to be great people after that. They use the trauma to give them an excuse to act the way that they act, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not cool. So yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I was watching a reaction to this, and one of the reactors put in a Stephen A. Smith clip that said the following: I didn't know that. I appreciate that, but I don't give a damn. Okay.
Because though your father has gone to glory, you're still on this earth treating people like,
Like T Rash, like T Rash, like
okay, so
trash.
it's difficult, super difficult for me to care.
It is.
That's
It
that's
is.
not that's not a means to be whatever you want to be. It could be an opportunity for you to share your story and help to uplift somebody, but no, no. You
Yeah.
decided to do what you wanted. No.
Yes.
Be nasty.
So William gets onto the bus so he can get over to this game. And some people on the bus are recognizing Wilhelm, and Wilhelm has never been on public transportation before, and so he doesn't know exactly how things work. He doesn't know exactly what type of payments they're taking, or he's unfamiliar with the regular people
Well, of course, which
type of
makes
stuff.
plenty of sense, all the sense in the world.
Doesn't it?
Okay.
Doesn't it? And so Wilhelm meets up with Simone at a gas station, and they walk over to the football game. And Simone's male friend is there as well. And so he introduces Wilhelm to his friend. Lord, I need to get that friend's name. Lord, I'm so bad, y'all. Anyways, and so Wilhelm says,
Was it
I'll get it."
Rosh? Rosh?
I believe his name is Rosh. Yes, he's
Mm-hmm.
kind of a heavyset guy
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
with hair. Yes, and so Rosh is actually eating a hot dog. So Willem's like, "Oh, well, I can get us some hot dogs." So Simone, you want a hot dog? Simone's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Boiled or grilled, ketchup or mustard?" Simone can't get his words out. Simone can't decide what he wants. What's happening to Simone in this moment, Jennifer?
It's different, you know, because once again, I think Simone already likes him, but
Obviously,
not everybody wants. This is how I feel like everybody should walk in life. We can't assume that everybody gay. Okay,
right,
we can't
right.
just automatically say that. And sometimes you try not to take people's niceness as being forward. And I think he's just in the space of trying to decipher, like, what's really going on here? Why are you even here? Like,
Forward
what's
or
going on?
flirtation. It could be one of the two. Forwardness or flirtation as well. That
Well,
could be it.
that's on the same plane for me. Are we
Okay,
being
okay.
friendly or forward?
Right. Right.
Friendly or flirtatious? Friendly or, because yeah, we don't know if Willem knows who he is at the time, or if he
Right.
can see himself being with Simone. So it's just like, that's what I feel the reaction is from Simone in this moment. He just like, okay.
Thanks, I guess.
For the hot dog.
So as Wilhelm goes to get their hot dogs, Simone's friend asks him, what's going on between y'all two? What
Ross
is
trying
this
to figure
thing?
it out.
What's this thing y'all got going on between y'all two? I see the way you look at him, Simone. Okay, I see the way y'all talking, Simone. So tell a brother what's up. Tell a brother what's up. Did that warm your heart, Jennifer?
I thought that was really great, and they it's not often that we see shows where people are already, understand who they are and their friends know as well. It's
Mhm.
like, I know you gay. I see you looking at him. What's going on?
Right.
With the prince.
With the prince. With the prince. Yes. So after the game, all four of the other friends, Wilhelm, Simone, and Simone's two friends, male and female, they're on mopeds. And
I got the names.
oh, okay.
Rosh and Madison.
Ross and Madison. All right. And so they're on mopeds and they're just living their best life. You know, they're
Fancy
feeling the
free.
wind and they're holding hands a little bit. And it's so cute. And Wilhelm gets back to his dormitory. He gets back to his dormitory and who's up but August.
It's
And
nosy.
and and August asked a question. Was it educational? What was it educational, Wilhelm? The reason why you left the dormitory? Yeah, and Will's like, I was feeling a little bit better, so I just went out to hang out with some friends,
Yeah, get a
and
little
August
air.
is and August is like, well, everybody needs permission to leave. You can't just leave all willy nilly. Everyone needs permission to leave. And then August says, where's the apology? Can we get an apology?
Or what?
Can we get an apology? Okay. What have you have given August in that moment, Jennifer? What would
A
you have given
knuckle
him this
sandwich.
apology?
That's what I would have blessed him with.
And I failed to mention that during the game, Simone was actually recording Wilhelm on his phone for his Instagram stories. So August
Hmm.
then pulls out his phone and says, "Be careful who you're hanging out with, because some people will just use you to get views." Now, do you think that Simone was doing that just to get views,
It was
recording
just a
Wilhelm?
moment, as any person would record a moment. Like, but see, this is how people are that way, because they automatically think that other people are going to do that.
Right,
Because
because that's what he
that's
would
what
do.
August do.
Exactly. Exactly. So Simone comes back from his outing with his friends and Wilhelm, and he's all smiles. He can't get the smile off of his face. And Sarah has some questions for Simone concerning Wilhelm, and she's like, "Oh, y'all are getting pretty friendly." He was like, "Yeah, yeah, we friends." And then Simone gets a text message from Wilhelm asking him to take down the story that Simone posted. And then he says sorry. I'm glad that he put the sorry at the end of the text message, because that I think
Yeah.
that makes it clear that it wasn't Wilhelm's decision for him to ask him to take it down.
As so
Um,
many things that Wilhelm has to go through is not his own decision.
exactly, like his whole life is
Is
not
not
his
his
decision.
decision.
He
No.
makes no decisions on his own whatsoever, besides the fact of when he wakes up and when he goes to bed. That's probably the
I
only
guess.
decisions that he makes. I don't think he even decides when he eats, because
No. Lunch.
there's a scene later on where someone tells him that dinner's ready, or whatever the case may be, and he needs to go eat. So how do you think that Simone took it when Wilhelm asked him to take his video down? Do you think he was offended by that? Do you think he felt like Wilhelm was ashamed of him, of being seen with him?
Maybe I think that's what it was. Maybe he
Mm.
felt ashamed, but he did say sorry. But
Yeah.
I don't know how well you could take a sorry with that. I would have hoped that he would have said a little bit more, like, people out here lurking, man. I'm sorry. Can you take it down? Because and I also, there's a possibility he might have gone back to the thought process of, well, he is a prince and he can't have everything out there. Maybe he might have
Right.
thought about that as well.
Exactly, exactly. So next in the scene, we find out a little bit more about August. So the headmistress
No.
walks up to August and asks him, "Well, August, your tuition has not yet been paid for this semester, and we tried to call your mother, but your mother was unable to be reached. What's going on? Are there issues, Mr. August?" August can't get his words out. He's stumbling over his words. He's like, "Oh, my mother's traveling. Yeah. She's traveling." And the headmistress was like, "Oh, yes, of course she's traveling. I'm sure she'll be able to get the money to us eventually." What were your thoughts on this revelation of August and his financial status?
Surprise, surprise. There you go. It's like a lot of people put on real heavily to mask what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the story. I knew there was more to August than him just being annoying. It's just him fighting to stay or complete and stay into the status that he's in or he feels
Right.
himself to be, especially the way he tried his best to throw it around with the school psychologist. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he just says, I am this, I am that. And I'm over here thinking, like, what makes you think that will move him? He speaks to the freaking prince of the of the
Okay.
whole country. What makes you think your cousin, second removed, two times removed, or something like that, would be able to move me? No. Yeah. God bless him.
Yes. So we found out that August is a Baroque. He ain't got no money in his bank account. So we get to the horror movie night. They're watching some Netflix movie about tall grass. These people walking through tall grass. I've never heard of that movie. I know it's on
Maybe it's just
Netflix, but
Swedish.
it might be. Maybe it is. Maybe that's why they were watching it. And
Hmm.
so we hear August have some issues with this with the horror of the movie. It's not scary. You guys call this scary? This ain't no scary movie. And then our favorite English speaking sister says, August, you can leave if you want to, because nobody invited your behind. Nobody wanted you here to begin with. So you could leave. What do you
You can
think of
step, like Martin
what do you think
said.
about that exchange?
It's just another show of August try to show himself to be some kind of macho man or whatever. Just trying so hard, and especially being that Felice is in this space. I don't know what men sometimes think women be thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
oh wow, he doesn't think this is scary. Maybe I should marry him. That's so stupid. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something. And I've had this conversation with a couple of friends recently. When it comes to women, we just take who you are and the words that you say and put them into an equation to see if it's something that we want. I'm very sure Felice has already made up in her mind who
clearly.
August is in her mind. You know, and we all know what he's not to her. So
Right. He ain't her man.
that's it.
At least not right now.
Because they would have been together. Lord have mercy. We'll see.
Okay. And so we see that Wilhelm and Simone are sitting next to each other, and Sarah is sitting next to Simone. And so during the movie, Wilhelm, kind of moves his hand over to Simone's knee, and they touch hands, and it's so cute, and it's so, so nice to see the teenage boys. They're showing a little bit of a public affection in a way. And then we see Sarah look over and she sees what's going on over here, and Willem he gets a little scared. What were your thoughts in that moment when you saw the connection of the two fingers, the pinkies and the pinkies, to touching up together?
Let me tell you something, Jonathan. I don't feel like you be feeling.
I know.
Oh my god. Oh, that's cute. That's, and it kind of actually took me back to grade school. It's like, yeah, yeah, just a touch like that will make you feel like you might as well have
Like
sex by now.
everything.
It's
Okay.
everything.
Like we together now. Like we
Okay,
go together
forever.
officially.
Man.
Okay. So Wilhelm gets up and he goes to get some fresh air. His palms are sweaty. He can't catch his breath, and so he goes to open a window, and he got to get some fresh air. And Simone comes up behind him, and he's like, are you okay? What's going on? At this moment, I'm thinking August is going to catch them. August is going to walk
Cause he
right on up
everywhere.
here. He gonna walk right up here, and he gonna ruin this entire moment. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Anyway, so Willem and Simone, they're kind of talking, and Willem says, I just needed a little bit of air. It got really hot in there, so I just
Hmm.
needed to get some space. And we have this awkward silence between them. They're just looking at each other, and we get this close up shot of both Simone and Wilhelm in this moment. They're building up this thing, like really really building it up, like overbuilding it up in a way, in a moment, because it's like, why don't y'all just kiss already? And so Simone then goes and and gives Wilhelm a little bit of a peck, and Wilhelm is just sitting there like,
Who's it?
oh, okay. and then Simone goes to kiss him again, and then they get separated when there's a jump scare in the movie, and
And
they,
everybody
they, they both
screams.
get they both get kind of startled a little bit, and then Wilhelm goes to say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and then Simone goes to walk away, and because Wilhelm says, "I'm not," he says, "I'm not."
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Wilhelm meant by "I'm not"?
We both know he not gay. He doesn't. He's. I feel like this is just one of those spaces, and I'm happy that we've gotten to this point so we can have this discussion. This
Hmm.
is just one of those moments where um, people fall for people, but if they are not who they're supposed to be, as in gender, status, and things of that nature, they tend to feel like, what's going on? This is not supposed to be happening. I'm not this
I'm not
person.
supposed to feel this way.
I'm not supposed to feel that way. And he clearly was feeling that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe he might have been trying to say that he wasn't out. Maybe he didn't want to further a relationship because of that. I also thought that he could have been trying to say that he's not gay. But
Hmm.
as he's saying this, he's grabbing Simone's shirt and pulling him closer to him while he's saying that I'm not. And then Wilhelm goes to give him a kiss, and they actually have a proper kiss, and the episode ends. How did you think that whole scene worked for
Hmm.
you?
It's teenagers, man. That's how they
Yes,
do it. Everything is so hyper dramatized and all that stuff.
very much so.
But it was something. And you know what's funny, Jonathan? I know that I'm watching more Korean stuff right now,
Mhm.
and I've really noticed that Korean, and I recently just finished a Japanese series. They are really not on that sex tip that much.
They're really not. They're
It's
not.
not it's not all that deep to be showing. They show the romance, but not the actual sex and all that stuff. And with these kids and the major kissing after, this is episode 2 and they've gone
Episode
into
two.
that. Like it takes way longer in a K drama for us to get to that
Oh,
space.
okay. Because
And
I've
we'll
been waiting
see
for
as we
Moon
watch
and her
more.
man to lock lips for the longest, and that didn't happen
Child,
yet. Might not happen till
child.
episode 10, honey. Okay.
You gonna be waiting.
I figured that.
This is why the next one I have you to watch is going to be more of a romantical one, so you can see how K drama does the romance slash comedy like situation. I think you'll enjoy the next one I have you watch. But um, even seeing what's her name, Felice, diddle herself. Like, oh my gosh, this is okay. Not that it never happens. I'm just saying it's
Right.
not.
Because
It's
we
just
know
that
what
we just
happened.
don't see it often.
Right.
So yeah, this was a solid situation. I do think all of it was very sweet though, very sweet.
Of course. So where do you think Felice's character is going to go from here? Because it seems like you're not too fond of her at this moment. Do you think that your thoughts of her or your opinion of her is going to change?
It's just episode 2. You know what I'm saying? Any good writer, there's growth with any character. So
Of
we'll see
course.
how I feel eventually. For all we know, uh, August may become more okay with me. I don't know, but at the moment, no. All I can do is go off what I know right now. But we shall see. We shall see. I'm open to seeing a different side of people.
Cool. Do you have a favorite character yet?
No. Well, okay. Let me look. I think Simone's the cutest. He's cute.
Ain't he? He's adorable to me. I think he
Yes, he
looks
is.
adorable.
You can fold him
I
up, put him
love
in your pocket.
I love his hair. I love his face. He's so young. He's so young looking. That's the thing about Simone. He looks so young. Like he looks like he's legitimately 16 or 17 years old. He really
And I
does.
think the other person, I'm concerned about saying this, but I think I like Sarah a little bit because of how she came. She would come back at Felice like, "Hey, and just kept on going. Even with her Asperger's and stuff like that. And for people like that, it's just another mindset. It's not as social, but she wants to have friends
Right.
and stuff like that. I can feel that. But I could think that Felice could soften because it's just the first part of the season and all that stuff. So I think it's possible. But I do like Simone's friends though, for sure.
Yes, yes,
Rosh and
Simone's friends.
Madison.
Ross and Madison, yeah, they are awesome. Well, yeah, that's it for episode 2. Y'all join
All
us
right.
next week for episode 3. You want me to give my social medias real quick?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. We're going to be doing the Young Royals every Thursday at noon. So you can see us for the Young Royals Thursdays at noon, and Wednesdays at noon you can see the reviews for The Glory. So go ahead, Jonathan.
All right. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email address is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. I do have
Mhm.
my own YouTube channel. The name of the YouTube channel is JoJo Speaks. Just type that into the search bar. It should pop right on up. I post videos every Thursday night at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary with my good sis over here, Genesita, as well as my brother-in-law, Tyrone, and our friend Mike. Join us on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Subscribe, like, share, comment, press the notification bell, all that good stuff. JoJo Speaks on YouTube. Join us, y'all.
All right. And for myself, I am, as you can see, the light of the Leo. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the light of the Leo. And of course, go ahead and subscribe to me here on YouTube at the light of the Leo so that you can continue to see all of these shows that we are recording. And of course, I always love to give just personal encouragement and things of that nature. I have so many other videos here that I think you guys would absolutely enjoy if you are looking to be yourself even the more. I think that's all that I have to say. Oh yeah, the only other time I do go live, and I mean live, will be on uh,
Monday night.
Mondays at 9.
Yeah.
Mondays at 9, you'll be able to see me here live. So I thank you guys so much for joining us today. Make sure you come back here next week at the same time and the same place, of course. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.